Hi, everybody. Welcome to yoga. Okay, we're ready. So, if you're at home, just make sure you're in your sturdy chair and we'll get started. So, first, we'll just settle into our chairs. You just want to relax, let your chair take your weight. You can close your eyes if that feels comfortable to you. And let your shoulders be heavy so that they come away from your ears. And during this time when we're just settling in, being present in this moment, you can kind of check in with your body, do a little scan head to toe. Are there any places where you're holding stress or tension? And then check your breathing. Does your breath feel smooth or forced, relaxed or stressed? And now we'll start to change our breath. We're going to breathe in through the nose if possible. Feel the breath come all the way down to your belly. You might even put your hands there on your belly so you can feel your belly expand when you inhale and contract when you exhale. So we're going to inhale and then exhale slowly. And you can exhale through the nose or through the lips as if you're blowing out a candle. So just practice that breath with the deep inhale and the long, slow exhale a couple more times. And we'll get ready to go into our stretching and strengthening. So remember your breath. If we do any kind of movement in our practice that doesn't feel good to you, that hurts, it's uncomfortable, other than just, pushing yourself just that little bit to get a good workout, then you can come back and just breathe, or you can make any kind of movement that feels okay to you. All right, so we're gonna just move forward in your chair a little bit if you need to, so that your feet are nice and flat on the floor. And we'll start by checking our posture. We're going to pull our shoulders up toward the ears and let them come down the back. So your shoulder blades are coming together. And then you'll just neutralize your spine a little bit so that you aren't overextended in your chest and leaving your back unprotected. Let's start today with the airplane. We'll put our arms out to the side and then we're just going to lean from side to side, keeping the hips in the chair, keeping your sit bones on your chair. And And then we'll stop with one arm up, the other arm down. We're going to really stretch as tall as we can stretch. And then lean toward that lower arm. Again, keeping both sits bones on your chair. Here you can look at me, you can look up under your elbow, you can look at the floor, whatever feels okay to your neck. And remember to keep that deep breath. Feel my spine loosen up a little bit there. Then we'll inhale up, exhale down. Again, stretch really tall, and then we'll lean. And then inhale up. Let's move the palms away from each other, and then slowly exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we'll come back up here about shoulder height. Let's do some small circles. And we'll flip the palms over and reverse the direction of our circles. And now we're going to touch our fingertips to our shoulders, and we'll make some big circles with the arms bent. Come in. Come on in. And now we will reverse. Hello, we're just warming up. Good. Now you can lower your arms and then just kind of press your elbows in towards your body. We're going to make a fist and we're going to squeeze our feet and just really squeeze all the muscles in your body. Even squeeze your glutes like you're lifting off your chair. So we're going to inhale and squeeze everything really tight. Set your face and then you're going to release. And again, inhale, squeeze. Exhale, release. Very nice. Now bend your elbows. We'll work on our hands. So first we'll touch the thumb to every finger. I have a lot of clutter here, so I know it's a little bit harder to see on camera. And then we'll circle the wrists. And reverse. And now let one palm face me. Your elbow is still resting, and you're going to pull the fingertips back. Remember to keep breathing. And then we'll flip over and kind of tug down on the fingertips. Just shake that out. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So first palm facing me. Pull the fingertips back. Flip the palm over and kind of tug down on the fingertips. And just shake that out. Very nice, everyone. So let's go back up into the arms and the shoulders. We'll do a little windshield wiper, just like it sounds. And then we're going to come about shoulder height with your palms facing me. We'll inhale and open up the chest a little more. Then exhale and hug your beach ball. And again, inhale, exhale, One more time this way. Inhale, exhale. Now bring your chin towards your chest while you're doing this and get a little extra stretch in your chin, back of your neck there. And then we'll inhale to open. This time we're going to exhale and hug the knees. And you may not bend too far over this first time, that's okay. So let out all the air. And then you can breathe. And then when you're ready to inhale again, we'll inhale up. Turn the palms to the back of the room. And then slowly exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then let's just kind of come forward and scoot back again. Inhale. Palms toward the back of the room. And then slowly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, let's come back up here. We're going to inhale and exhale to squeeze in front. This one's a weight machine. Inhale, exhale. And then we'll go right into conductor. So just pretend like you're conducting your orchestra. And then you can drop your arms and we'll just shrug the shoulders a few times. And then we'll circle and reverse. Now we're going to do one more thing with the spine before we get into the neck. So we're going to do some gentle circling of the body, keeping the hips on your chair. We're just going to inhale to circle forward and exhale to circle back. And you may kind of like cave your tummy in when you circle back. So inhale forward, exhale back. You can make this movement as big or as small as you want. And then we'll reverse on the opposite direction. And now to make your circle smaller, kind of like a snail shell, kind of gets smaller toward the middle. And then you'll just be hitting upright facing me, and we'll start to work on our necks. So we'll start out just by nodding, like saying, we'll say no, just looking side to side. And then come to face me again. We're going to bring the chin down to the chest and get that nice long stretch for just a moment. Maybe just take one good inhale and exhale. And then on your next inhale, move your chin along your collarbone and look over the shoulder, opening your eyes so that you're stretching your eye muscles as well. And then we'll move with the breath to come back down to the chest and over the other shoulder. And chin back to the chest. Then come to face me. We're going to let the ear come to the shoulder. And then you might extend the arm that you're leaning away from. You might massage any tight neck muscles or just put a little weight across your head. Just in that stretch. And then we'll release. We're going to do the same thing on the other side so that you can toward the chest. Good, and then we'll release. Let's do one more scoop up. We're going to inhale, just scoop up. Palms face the back of the room, and then a slow exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're ready to move on to the lower body. So we'll start just with a jog. And then let's do some leg lifts. So let's stand one leg, either leg first. It doesn't matter. Your leg can be straight with the knee soft, or your leg can be bent. So anywhere in between there is okay. We're just going to lift and lower about 10 to 12 times per set. And then we'll switch legs. Do the same thing on the other leg. Good. And then we'll go into our sit-ups where you have a choice. You can do straight forward sit-ups or you can twist. And I'll demonstrate twist so you can follow me if you do that one. So we're just bringing elbow to opposite knee and maybe even lifting the knee. And just keep that, and don't put any pressure behind your head. It's just a resting place for your hands. If you feel yourself pulling on your head, you can bring your hands out here. Let's switch sides if you're following me. If you have that, if you're tempted to pull at your head or neck, so you don't want to do that. Remember to keep breathing. Good. And then if you are twisting, you might feel like you need to loosen your sides up again. Good job. Now we're going to do some jumping jacks. So that's just like it sounds. You can go all in, or you can maybe do one side at a time, or do only the upper body, only the lower body, whatever works for you. A lot of times, as women get older, they'll have some shoulder issues. That seems to be one of the things that comes with menopause. Those tricky shoulders. So take care of your shoulders. Leave those down if they hurt. Good job. Now we've got our heart rate set. Good. If you need to loosen your shoulders up, feel free to do that. We'll go back and do another set of leg lifts. All these are just easier after you do those jumping jacks. Get that first set over with. And then other leg. then we'll go back to our sit-ups. Again, you have that choice of straightforward or twisting. Here we go. And the other side if you're following me. And then if you need to loosen up, you can do that. So the next thing we'll do is our warriors. We're going to turn to face one side of your chair and then extend the leg that's closer to me back. So I've got about a 90-degree angle here. Knee is down, toes are down, heel up. Point your tailbone toward the floor so that your back is not curved. Then we'll inhale up, and we're going to exhale down into a tricep dip. And we'll repeat that several times. So just squeeze really hard at the bottom, really work those muscles. And then the next time your arms are overhead, we're going to transition from this warrior one to warrior two. So you're just bringing one arm in front, one arm behind. You might extend your leg if that feels okay to you. It's okay to keep it bent. So now your torso's kind of facing me, but you're looking out over your fingertips. Your ribs are stacked over your hips. This is warrior two. This is a very strong stance. You're really stretching from wall to wall. And now we're going to flip the front palm, tip back to peaceful warrior. And then back down, warrior two. And then we'll bring the forearm above the knee. And move with your breath to draw an imaginary line down that wall, across the floor, up the other wall. So we've got a nice long stretch from fingertip to foot. And just breathing. And then we're going to move with the breath to come out of that the same way we came into it, back up to your warrior two. Looking at everyone, and then we'll face me or face your screen. We're going to place the fingertips on the inner thighs with the fingertips down. Now we're going to do a horse pose, and we're going to also stretch the shoulders. So you're putting one shoulder into the space and looking over the other shoulder. And then we'll switch sides with the breath. And then just move with your breath, kind of in and out of this, either quickly or very slowly. You're stretching a lot of things here. Doing some good twisting, stretching the inner and outer thighs. So next we're going to do another little stretch for the shoulder. You're going to bring your arm across the body. Arm can be straight or bent. And just kind of press in on the upper arm or maybe the lower arm if your arm is straight and look over your shoulder that you're stretching. And then we'll release and do the same thing on the other side. Let's turn the other way. So extend the leg closer to me, knee down, toes down, heel up, tailbone pointing down, inhale up, and then exhale down into your tricep dip. Your arms are up overhead in your warrior one. We're going to windmill down. Warrior two. You might extend your leg. Look out over your fingertips. Ribs stacked over hips. Now flip the front palm. Tip out to peaceful warrior. Back down. Above the knee, look behind you, and we'll move with the breath to come down and around. Nice long stretch here, side ankle stretch. And then with your breath to come out of that the same way that you came into it. Back up to your warrior two. Good. And then come to face C. This time we're going to do our sit-ups first, and then we'll do our leg lifts and start to stretch everything out again. So starting here, again, you can go straight forward or you can twist. I will twist. And then the other side. And then if you feel like you need to loosen up, feel free to do that. And before we do the leg lifts and stretch, let's get back in our chairs because I forgot to work on our ankles today and our feet. So let's bring our legs up and we'll start out with just point and flex. And then we're going to circle the ankles. And reverse. And then you can unbend your knees and rest for just a second. And then we'll come back up. We'll point the toes this time and do some scissors. And then we'll bend our knees again. And let's move out in our chairs. We'll go back to our last round of leg lifts. We will do some stretching here between the legs. So just start out lifting on one side, just like we did before. And then let your heel rest. You're going to keep your knees soft. And we'll inhale, sit up nice and straight. And then exhale, hinge at the hips. Should be feeling some good stretching, starting at your sit bone, going all the way down to your arch. And then when you're ready to move with your breath, slowly come back up. And then we'll hug that knee in, feeling stretching in the quadriceps and the hamstrings. You might rock and roll a little bit here and massage your glute. You might point and flex or circle again. Those are all choices that you can make here. Just things to do that feel good. And then we will cross the legs. You can cross low on the leg or you can cross above the knee. You want to keep this foot flexed, and that will help protect your knee. Now, you're already going to be feeling some stretching. For me, it's this hip that you on camera can't see. If you want to extend that stretch, you can hinge forward a bit like we did before. And just breathe into that hip. Really feel like it's stretched. This is figure 4 or seated pigeon that we're doing. It's a really great hip stretch. Especially if you've been sitting a lot, been driving on a long trip or something. And then when you're ready, you can slowly come back out and place that foot down. And we're going to repeat all those steps on the other side. So lift and lower. And then we'll let the heel rest, keep the knee soft. Inhale to sit up straight, and then exhale to hinge out. You're ready. Slowly come back up. And hug the knee in, and then you can repeat any of those things that maybe you did on the other side. And then when you're ready, you can cross again low or high above the knee, keeping the foot flexed, feeling that stretch there. That is really stretching. And if you're up to a little bit more, you might hinge out. Remember to take some good deep breaths. Really concentrate on this hip that you're stretching. Come back up. We're going to put that foot down. And then we'll go into our eagle arms and twist. So we'll start here. We're going to inhale. And then exhale to look behind you. You're going to bring the front hand to the outside of the opposite knee. And you might kind of hook your elbow over the back of your chair if that works for you. And you're looking behind, getting a really good twist in the upper and lower spine. If that's too intense, you can kind of lean a little bit and get your hip up off the chair. Be sure to breathe. And then on your next breath, in or out, you can come back around, cross that arm back over the front, bend the elbows, and either touch the backs of your hands together or maybe wind up into eagle arms. Now, if this stretching in your shoulders is too intense for you, you can release and do the stretch that we did earlier, where you bring your arm across your body. So now when you're ready to take an inhale, or we'll lift the elbows up a bit, and then we'll exhale and just curve down into your lap. And then you can breathe, reach towards your ankles, and then when you're ready to inhale again, we'll inhale up. Turn the palms to the back of the room, and then slowly exhale. And then we'll repeat that whole sequence on the other side. So inhale, exhale, twist. Front and cross the arm over. Bend the elbows. Tap the backs of the hands or wind up. Feel that good stretch. Top of the shoulders, between the shoulder blades. Then we'll inhale, lift up a little bit, exhale into your lap. Reach toward the ankles and inhale up. Palms face the back of the room, and then slowly exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So we only have one, before our resting pose, we only have one more pose that we do together. Right now, if you want to make any kind of move, there's something you need to loosen up again, just something you want to do, go ahead and take time to make any kind of movement you want to make. Get all your wiggles out. And then when you're ready, you can come with your knees apart. We're going to cup the hands and lean forward, but keep your head up. Inhale up. Slowly exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now just kind of melt back into your chair. Just extend your legs, maybe windshield wiper your feet, and just let them be loose. Let your fingers be loose. Let your shoulders droop and your back slouch. Get to be slouchy here. And just kind of get your neck in a position where it can be comfortable for a little while. And maybe that means your chin is tucked a little bit and you're feeling some stretching in the back of your neck. And just whatever feels good to you. You can face your palms up or face them down. And you really just want to make sure all your muscles are relaxed. Your chair's holding you. You don't need to grip it with any of your muscles. Just relax everything. Start focusing on your breath again. You can have your eyes closed if you want. We're letting those long, slow breaths slow our heart rate down. Just kind of bring us back to baseline. And enjoying just another moment of peace away from any work or just anything that we have to do once we leave here. You can rest here as long as you like, but whenever you're ready to reawaken, you can start by just moving your fingers and your toes. And then you can start to move some bigger muscles like your arms and legs. And then just, move around in your chair a little bit, get your torso awake. So we're just waking up all the muscles now so we can stand up and walk out when we're finished. We'll inhale and reach really tall. And then exhale down into a hug for yourself. Take a moment and say something kind to yourself. Something that you need to remind yourself of, or something, just something kind that you need to hear. And maybe no one else will say it. And then when you're ready, you can just give a final squeeze and release. Namaste. Namaste, everybody. So good to see you. Everybody have a great week, and you're welcome. It's good to see everyone. Oh,